Parshas Ekev, Tafshin Ayin Hey. We're here, Baruch Hashem, still in Eretz Yisrael. And as you see, you could probably see behind me, we've changed locations. We moved a little bit from Yerushalayim to Chevron, the holy city of Chevron. We have the special opportunity of being here and doing the shir from Chevron this week. And how appropriate is it that we're doing the shir on Parshas Ekev? This week's Parsha elaborates so much about the virtues and special nature of Eretz Yisrael. And in the Parsha, we mamish talk about the beauty of Eretz Yisrael, the mountains, the stones, the produce, the Shivas Haminim, so many things that the Torah speaks about, the beauty and beautiful things in Eretz Yisrael. And of course, we know that Eretz Yisrael is taka blessed with all these wonderful things. But when you continue to learn through the Parsha, though, you see and you realize that HaKadosh Baruch Hu sustains Eretz Yisrael in a very, very special way. And Hashem Kaviyachol keeps his eyes, quote, eyes, Kaviyachol, on Eretz Yisrael. And the eyes are on Eretz Yisrael, Bereishis Shana v'yad Achris Hashana. From the beginning of the year to the end of the year, HaKadosh Baruch Hu is making sure that all those special things and all the things about Eretz Yisrael stay that way. The special Siyata Dishmaya that's in Eretz Yisrael, Hashem watches over it from the first day of the year through the last day of the year, every single day. But when you learn through the end of the Parsha, you realize, yes, HaKadosh Baruch Hu does all of that. But you know what? We have our part to give. We have our part to follow up and live up to in order to be zoiche to these special brachas. The pasuk says, and we say it every day at the second parsha of Krishma, V'hoya im shamoya tishma'u el mitzvosai. And it will be, if you listen and you adhere to the mitzvahs of HaKadosh Baruch Hu, asher anoichi mitzaveh eschem, those mitzvahs which I commanded you, hayoim, today, le'ahavo es Hashem Elokeichem, to love Hashem, our God, ula'avdoi, and to serve Hashem, b'chol levavachem uv'chol nafshechem, to serve Hashem with our entire heart and our entire nefesh. And the Nesivos Shalom on this week's Parsha, on Parshas Ekev, brings the Sifri, and the Sifri talks about what is ula'avdoi b'chol levavachem. What does it mean to serve Hashem with your entire heart? What does that mean? So the Nesivos Shalom brings the Sifri, and the Sifri says, the first pshat, that it's talking about Talmud. Uliyavdoi b'chol avachem is to learn Torah. To learn Torah, that's what it means to serve Hashem with your entire heart. And just like, says the Sifri, just like the Avodas HaMizbeach is called Avodah, so too is learning. When a person learns, it's b'chol avachem. It's considered that you are serving HaKadosh Baruch Hu with avodah. That is avodah. And another pshat we say that ula'avdoi is not just referring to learning, it's also referring to tefillah. And b'chol avavchem, we all know the drasha. What is tefillah? What does tefillah have to do with your heart? Eizohi avodah shebalev. What is a work? What is avodah of your heart? So we say that that's tefillah. And again, we continue. And we say, just like the avodah of the Mizbeach is called avodah, so too tefillah is also called avodah. So Nesivos Shalom asks a question that should be bothering everybody. We need to explain why the Sifri says that b'chol levavchem, with your entire heart, how do we say that that's Talmud, learning? And we find it in other places too. It says, we say, V'sein b'libeinu bina lahavinu lahaskil. We say it in Avas Olam every day, that you should put in our heart the understanding to learn. Again, B'chol avavchem, V'sein b'libeinu bina. How about hu yiftach libeinu b'sarasai? That HaKadosh Baruch Hu should open our hearts for the Torah. Isn't Talmud Torah, fragt the Nesivos Shalom, isn't Talmud Torah connected to your mind and your intellectual capacity? What does Talmud Torah have to do with your heart? What is the connection of Talmud Torah to your heart. So Nesivos Shalom answers with a beautiful yesod from the Bach in the Torah in Orach Chaim in Siman Mem Zayin. The Bach says that the kavana of HaKadosh Baruch Hu, when HaKadosh Baruch Hu gave us the Torah, was not just to learn and read. The HaKadosh Baruch Hu gave us the Torah, that the Torah should strengthen and change us. That we should internalize the lessons of a Torah and we should be changed by the Torah. And that is why HaKadosh Baruch Hu gave us the Torah, where our 248 Evarim are connected the Mitzvos Aseh. And the 365 Gidim that we have are connected the Mitzvos Lois Aseh. In other words, that our entire body should be encompassed by the Torah. It's supposed to become part of all of us. And we become totally connected to the Torah. And now we could understand why this idea keeps being repeated and why we say that learning the Torah is considered with all your heart. Because that is the ikar purpose of the Torah. To use and to have the desire to learn the Torah to connect to Hashem. We say v'seim b'libeinu bina and hu yiftach libeinu, and let it be that the right kavana of, let our learning be with the right kavana of dveikus b'Hashem. Not just to have Torah as a subject of intellectual studying. Many people are very brainy. Many people can study subjects. Many people could learn a lot of things. Many people could retain a lot of knowledge. The idea of the Torah, though, is that it should be b'chol avavchem. The same b'libeinu bina, that it should be part of us. The Torah has to become part of us. Just to learn the Torah and just to read the Torah is not good enough. And when we say that the Ula Avdai refers to the Tefillah, the second pshat that we said, it means the same. That Tefillah is meant to connect us to Hashem. Not just to read the words and to turn the pages and to go through the motions, which unfortunately sometimes, and now it's a good time to think of it when we're going to come close to Elul, and we're going to become close to HaKadosh Baruch Hu, Ani l'doidi v'doidi li, that we're going to come close to HaKadosh Baruch Hu, that we should realize that the learning and the davening is meant for b'chol avavchem, connect to HaKadosh Baruch Hu. And when we say that it's just like the Avodah, the Pasuk says, v'asu li mikdash v'shachanti b'saycham, and we say that it has to be within, it has to permeate, the mikdash has to go into each person, and each person should become like the Mizbeach. Each person should become like the mikdash. And you know how we do it? It's our davening and it's our learning that makes us feel part of the mikdash. And of course, being here in Eretz Yisrael, we have the opportunity even more so that we're going to go in now, we're going to have the schus to go in and daven mincha here right behind me in the Ma'aras HaMachpelah. We're going to go visit our great-grandparents, Abraham, Yitzchak, and Yaakov. We're going to go visit also our great-grandmothers, Sarah, Rivka, and Rachel. And we're going to go in there and we're going to daven, but we're going to realize that just reading the words and just going through the motions, and if we go learn inside, just turning the pages is not what we want. And that's Pshat says in Nesivos Shalom, your learning, your davening should have an effect on you. It should take you over. It should change you. And our desire should be, when we daven and when we learn, to come closer to Hashem. And this is an opportunity not just here in Eretz Yisrael. It's an opportunity every time you pick up a siddur, every time you pick up a sefer to learn, understand that it's not just about reading the words and accomplishing some sort of knowledge like you would accomplish another subject. It's about being changed. It's about dveikus b'Hashem, about letting it have an effect on you and helping us grow in Torah and Tefillah.